Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys all had a good 4th of July weekend. I definitely did. Enjoyed the time with my friends and my family. Had a pretty good fireworks show celebrating the, I think it was like 245th birthday of the United States. It's kind of crazy to think about that, but just got back, and I wanted to talk about the situation that actually happened on the 4th of July when it comes to Respawn and Apex Legends and the hacking that happened in that game. I will say this, man. The news breaking on the 4th of July of this hack blew me away because, one, it surprises me that it went after their pinnacle game that's out right now. That Respawn has been putting in so much support into this game. But then also, too, on the other side of me, doesn't surprise me one single bit with what's been happening with the Titanfall games and the server issues and the hacking, the DDoSing that's been happening in those games. And now migrating over to Apex Legends, this entire situation does not surprise me one single bit. And I'm surprised to know that this situation happened, because you think about it with previous games and the issues that's been happening in that, and all the awareness and all the issues that Titanfall players have been bringing up about fixing the Titanfall games, to now have this happen in Apex Legends doesn't surprise anybody. It shouldn't surprise anybody. So today I want to talk about it. I want to give you guys my opinion about the entire situation that happened about it. I want to talk about not only the hack itself that happened with this game that has me concerned, or should have people at Respawn concerned, or I don't know what the situation is at Respawn, because you have two other games that are having issues, and now your main stage game is having the same issues. So is there going to be a fix involved if you're having, your breadwinner of your game? And the funny thing is, I made a video about this saying, is it going to get worse, or is it already getting worse? You have a game out here that is suffering the same effects that your old games have, that people have been raising awareness about and talking about, but for some reason, no fixes, no anything, no TLC was done about it. So I want to talk about it, give you guys my opinion about it, but I also want to talk about kind of the vitriol and the different opinions that I saw about the entire situation, because at least when it comes to the Titanfall community, I saw a lot of people out here saying, look, this does not help our cause. We do not agree with this. This looks terrible. This looks bad. This is not exactly what we want. And I feel bad for Save Titanfall, SaveTitanfall.com. They're over here like, look, we have no involvement whatsoever in this entire situation. Like, we are being thrown under the bus with this thing when it says, save Titanfall as a playlist and whatnot. They had no involvement whatsoever. At least the reporting, they say they have no involvement whatsoever. So whoever is doing this hack, whoever has this hack going on, my opinion about this is that they are trying to destroy Titanfall with this hack. Like, it might look like, hey, you know what, save Titanfall, help the Titanfall games, but in my opinion, I'm looking at this going, well, I'm pretty sure they are trying everything they possibly can to hurt the Titanfall games, to where more vitriol, more anger towards the Titanfall community comes that way because of this thing. And I don't think this is helping out the situation at all. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So first off, let's talk about this hack on 4th of July. I'll admit this. I mean, pretty dang perfect timing, I guess. You got a Sunday and you have a holiday, so nobody was in the office when this happened. And I feel bad. I feel terrible that Respawn employees on their weekend, on a holiday, had to go in and fix the issues that were happening in Respawn, or with Apex Legends. So to the employees out there, I feel terrible. I feel bad. It sucks. I feel terrible with what situation you guys were put in with this. Now, with saying that, though, I don't know what in the world, or what could be said to prevented this, when you have so many people that have been dealing with this issue for such a long time with other games. And look, for the longest time, I mean, we're going on, I think, 3 months now from when the Titanfall 2 community said, hey, you know what, can we have some help for Titanfall, where the DDoS issues and the cheating and stuff like that's happening in that game, can you help us out? And Respawn said, hey, we're aware of it, we're fixing it ASAP, we're on it, we're looking into it. That was 3 months ago, okay? And a lot of people are going to be saying, hey, you know what, takes time, takes whatever, blah, blah, blah. It takes a little bit to figure out the issues. However, I want to say this. Titanfall 1 has been having issues for years. 4 years. 2014 is when that game released, and that game has been having issues for years. This has been a known issue that's been happening with the servers, or whatever has been going on with the Titanfall games. When it comes into Titanfall 2, these issues have been popping up for months now. I would go on 6 months now, maybe even longer than that, with, again, Why haven't they been addressed? Why weren't they addressed in the first game? If they were addressed in the first game, maybe the second game wouldn't be being affected by the issues that's happening right now. If the second game was addressed, maybe the Apex Legends wouldn't have the issues that they're having right now. So a lot of people are out there saying, give them time. Look, I understand. Give them time. It's not an easy fix whatsoever. But again, when you're having these issues in previous games, and now you're having the same issues in your main stage game, what were leading up to these issues that couldn't be addressed in the past, like previously before this? So to me, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised whatsoever with the issues that Respawn is dealing with this hack. Now, Respawn was very quick to come out here and say, hey, you know what, we're investigating, we're fixing it. And I will say this, it did not surprise me whatsoever that 12 hours later from the initial, figuring out that there was a hack going on in their Apex Legends game, that they were going to fix it. 12 hours later, they're going to fix it. You know why? Because it's their breadwinner. This is their biggest game out there. This is literally what is a $1 billion game to Respawn. And they are not whatsoever going to allow this game to not make money. It is a money maker for Respawn, a $1 billion game, and it being shut down for 12 hours is a huge hit in their pocketbook. And the funny thing is about that is that, again, like I said in previous games with Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, they've had these issues. They've had issues in the game with hacking and DDoSing and all this stuff that could have been fixed in previous games, but for some reason those issues are still migrating over to other games. And I don't understand why they were not fixed earlier, or you were aware. You know this was an issue. So the awareness of knowing that it's been a known issue for previous games now going into Apex Legends, I'm just thinking to myself, it's just dominoes falling over to eventually it's going to catch up to you to the newest game. So not only I feel bad for what they're dealing with, what they had to deal with on the holiday, but also too, this has been a known issue for quite some time now from previous games leading up to this. There's my other thing too I want to talk about. With the sophistication of how this hack is being developed or pushed out or anything, it's taken some finesse, somebody, and I don't know if it's a past employee, I don't know if it's somebody that's just been able to gain access to certain code or certain access within Respawn or whatnot when it comes to server access to Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2 games, or now to Apex Legends. Something feels fishy about how people are able to gain access to the server or gain access to the game, to make changes like this, to lock down an entire game for 12 hours. That to me, I don't know if that's ever been done. I don't know if that's ever been done on a free-to-play game, whether it being like Modern Warfare, Battlefield, or something like that, to be able to lock down a game for 12 hours. That is crazy access to a game. And it, again, you saw the breadcrumbs leading up to this, and that's the one thing that I'm just like, I'm not understanding why issues were not being addressed previously up to this. So again, I can have sympathy for it, and I feel bad, but again, these have been known issues for such a long time, and I'm not this is my thing when it comes to the focus for Apex Legends. I think the biggest focus when it comes to the game has been the sale of microtransactions. I think that's been the big push. Make as much money as you possibly can with this. If we can run into fixes, if we run into problems, we'll fix stuff here and there. I think that's been, at least from my opinion, at least from what I've been seeing, kind of the plan, I guess, when it comes to what stuff they will address in it. That's kind of the reason why, at least in my opinion, Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2 have not been seeing the fixes in those games that Apex Legends got in 12 hours, is because they're not the breadwinners. Those games do not make money like Apex Legends does. And there's the reason why a fix happens so fast, is because you make money. It's a $1 billion game. You have a game out here that can't make money. You can't make microtransactions. You can't get people to buy your game or buy microtransactions into it. Well, it's a dead game and you can't do it. So, and not dead game as nobody plays it, as dead game as nobody's able to access it. So to me, I completely see why Respawn fixed this game so fast. But again, I think the focus on making sure that your game is not hackable, or issues with DDoSing and cheating and stuff like that, should have been a bigger focus when it comes to the game, and not microtransactions. But again, it's your breadwinner. It's a $1 billion game. It's funny to know that it's a $1 billion game, and for some reason, hacking is still such an issue, and this happens in this game. Now, I will say this. It's great to know Respawn was very somewhat transparent on issues, saying, hey, you know what, We're going to try to keep you guys updated every single hour saying, hey, we're addressing this, we're trying this, we're going to do this and that. The one thing that I saw that made me disappointed in the entire thing. One, I feel bad for Save Titanfall. SaveTitanfall.com, good website trying to bring awareness of the entire situation that's been happening with the Titanfall games, Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, saying, hey, you know what, we've been having issues. Titanfall 1 is not playable. It's still being on sale, for God's sakes. You can't play the game on PC. I don't know if you can play the game on Xbox, but on PC, on Origin and Steam and whatever, where those games are on sale, you are unable to play those games. So Titanfall 1, or sorry, Save Titanfall has been there saying, we need these addressed. Here's some of the issues. Spread the word. Here's some information on exactly what's been going on with that. The games are on sale. The game does not work, and they're on sale. That's why people are pissed about the entire situation, because they're selling the game still. Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2. And Titanfall 2's been having issues. Like, the funny thing is knowing that people don't know about the DDoSing that's happening on that game. You'll see reviews. You'll see, oh my God, Titanfall 2 is the greatest thing ever. And I agree with that. But seeing reviews of Titanfall 2 and nobody addressing any of the issues that the game is having makes me just wonder what the hell is going on when it comes to awareness or just people not wanting to talk about it. It's very odd in seeing what is happening. But I will say this. This hack does not help the situation whatsoever, and I think that's on purpose. In my opinion, I think this hack was targeting the other way of not really targeting Apex Legends, it's targeting it in a certain sense, but ensuring that you're raising vitriol and hatred towards the Titanfall community because people think, oh, Titanfall community is involved in this. How dare them? SaveTitanfall.com is involved in this. That people had opinions about that. And it's not it's not true. It's not the facts whatsoever. For Save Titanfall, but I feel bad. SaveTitanfall.com is like, no, we are not involved in this whatsoever. We hate this. We condemn this. And that's what we saw. We saw Apex players, people that have Apex Legends this, Apex Legends that, in their Twitter bios and all this other BS, being very vitriol about how Titanfall community is like, how dare you guys have a dead game, how dare you guys, corrupt what Apex Legends is able to deliver. And it's like, we have no involvement whatsoever. The Titanfall community doesn't condone this because we've been dealing with hack and we've been dealing with BS in our games, and we don't want you guys to deal with it whatsoever in your game. But it's just a circle that's been going on. Again, like I said, it's been a known issue. This has been a known issue for a long time when it comes to the Titanfall series or Titanfall games or Respawn games, when it comes to known issues in games and not fixing those issues later on. Now, again, I don't know how sophisticated it is when it comes to the fixing and whatnot, and what you have to do in order to fix the issues that have been happening. But again, this has not been a new issue whatsoever. This has been a known issue in this game when it comes to Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2 leading up to Apex Legends. This has been a known issue that somebody has access to something, or something is open to where people can gain access to these things, to the servers or whatever it is, to be able to gain access to this, to where apparently for 12 hours on the 4th of July, they're able to shut down a game. And apparently eventually get a fix, but the Titanfall community is over here going, we still would like a fix. I mean, can you still help and give our game a little bit of TLC? So I'm happy to know that they fixed the game. It was very quick. I understand the reason why they were able to fix the game very fast, because your breadwinner is going to get all that focus. Everything that makes the most money for a company, they're going to focus on that. But you still have cheating and hacking happening on Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2 with it never being addressed. This entire situation, when it comes to what happened with this hack, did not change anything. No focus, no nothing, did not change anything whatsoever, and did not help the situation at all. So again, the entire thing, I feel bad. I'm so sorry for the employees of Respawn. I'm sorry that you guys had to deal with this. But again, it's been a known issue. It's been a known issue for a long time, and for some reason, it's just we're beating a drum, we're raising our hands up, we're yelling for help, but it just seems like nothing is being raised about it. So anyway, just wanted to give my opinion about it. Again, it might be the wrong opinion, people might disagree with it, I get it. Let me know in the comments below where I'm right or where I'm wrong at. Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please have a great rest of the day. Look forward to talking to you guys all next time.